Why didn't the nice guy finish the race? Because he stopped to tie everyone else's shoes. Now that's a truly nice guy, but let's be honest, it's time to stop being that guy. We've all heard the phrase, nice guys finish last, and while it may sound harsh, there's a grain of truth there. But don't worry, it's not about becoming a bad person. It's about striking a balance. Picture this, our friend Bob is the epitome of a nice guy. He's always there for everyone, always ready to lend a helping hand. But what about Bob's own needs? Well, they tend to take a back seat. Bob's so busy helping his friend move, he forgets he has a date. Bob's so busy covering his co-worker's shift, he misses his own birthday party. Sounds absurd, right? But that's the trap of being too nice. Being overly nice can be detrimental to your personal and love life. It's like offering everyone a slice of your pie until you're left with just the crumbs. It's not just about always putting others first. It's about neglecting your own needs and wants. It's about forgetting that you too are important. And when it comes to love, being too nice can lead to unrequited feelings and being overlooked. It's not about playing games or being aloof, but rather about not being so available that you're taken for granted. It's about showing that you have self-respect and boundaries. But fear not, dear listeners, for there's a way out of this. It's time to take the reins of your life and stop being a doormat. It's time to put yourself first and start asserting your needs. It's time to stop being Mr. Nice Guy and start being Mr. Right Guy. So let's dive into the 7 tips to stop being a nice guy and start being the best version of you. Tip number 1, develop self-respect. Because let's face it, even doormats get stepped on. You've got to value yourself. Remember, the way you treat yourself sets the standard for others. It's like that old saying, we teach people how to treat us. Now take Jerry for example. He's such a nice guy that he's practically a human welcome mat. Jerry's friend borrowed his car last week and returned it with an empty gas tank. Instead of saying anything, Jerry just smiled and filled the tank himself. Now that's not being nice, that's being a pushover. And pushovers, my friends, don't get the respect they deserve. You've got to stand up for yourself, even if it means having uncomfortable conversations. Remember, respect is a two-way street. If you don't give it to yourself, you can't expect others to. So guys, it's high time to upgrade from a doormat to a welcome mat. Tip number 2, set boundaries. Remember, even countries have borders. You see, setting boundaries is like building your own personal fortress. It ensures that your time, energy, and emotions are well protected. Now imagine a guy named Bob. Bob is a classic Mr. Nice Guy. He is always available, always says yes, and never ever sets boundaries. If you ask Bob to watch your pet tarantula while you're on vacation, even if he's terrified of spiders, he'll say yes. If you ask him to lend you his favorite shirt, even if he planned to wear it to a party that night, he'll say yes. And guess what? Bob ends up feeling drained, unappreciated, and downright miserable. So unless you want to be like Bob, learn to say no when necessary. So learn to say no, or you'll end up being a human yes man. Tip number 3, prioritize your needs because you can't pour from an empty cup. Picture this, our friend Bob, the quintessential nice guy, always putting others before himself. He's like a human vending machine, dispensing favors without ever pressing the coin return button. He's so busy being everyone's go-to guy that he forgets to be his own go-to guy. Now, let's flip the script. Imagine if Bob started catering to his own needs first. He'd be like a well-oiled machine, pumping out good vibes and positive energy. Because when you take care of yourself, you're in a much better position to help others. It's like they say on airplanes, put on your own oxygen mask before assisting others. So, gentlemen, be more like airplane safety Bob. Start prioritizing your own needs and let the world adjust. You're not being selfish, you're being smart. So don't forget to put on your oxygen mask first before helping others. Tip number 4, be assertive. Remember, even a mouse roars in its own den. Now, being assertive doesn't mean you have to transform into an aggressive alpha. No, it's about being clear and firm about your thoughts and desires. It's time to stop being the yes man. The guy who's always nodding, agreeing, and giving in, even when it's against his best interest. Picture this, our nice guy, let's call him Tim. Tim is at a restaurant, and he's served a dish he didn't order. Instead of pointing out the mistake, Tim eats it up, literally and metaphorically. Now, we don't want Tim's life, do we? Being assertive is about standing up for yourself, not in a confrontational way, but in a way that respects your own rights. It's about saying, I didn't order this, can I have what I ordered, please? Simple, respectful, assertive. So find your inner lion and let it roar. Final tips, 5 to 7. Practice honesty, learn to handle rejection and build confidence. Because a confident, honest man who can handle a no is worth 10 nice guys. Let's start with honesty, gentlemen. It's like flossing. Everyone claims they do it, but let's be real, not everyone actually does. Here's the thing though, honesty isn't just about telling the truth, it's about being true to yourself. So if you're a die-hard fan of polka music, or if you have an insatiable love for pineapple pizza, own it. Don't pretend to like something just because you think it's cool or because it's what others want to hear. Authenticity is attractive, and it's high time we embrace that. Moving on to rejection. Now, I know it's easier said than done, but rejection is just a part of life. Imagine if Michael Jordan had quit basketball the first time he missed a shot. He'd probably be selling insurance or something. The point is, rejection isn't the end of the world. It's an opportunity to learn, grow, and prove that you're stronger than you think. So the next time you face rejection, remember, it's not about you. It's about the other person's preference. And hey, their loss, right? Finally, let's talk about confidence. It's like a magic potion. It can turn an ordinary guy into Prince Charming. But here's the catch. Confidence isn't something you can buy at the store or gain overnight. It's built over time by taking risks, by stepping out of your comfort zone, and by celebrating your successes, no matter how small they may be. So start today. Wear that funky tie you've always wanted to, or take up that hobby you've been putting off. The more you embrace who you are, the more confident you'll become. So be honest, handle rejection gracefully, and strut your stuff with confidence. Alright, let's do a quick recap of our 7 tips to stop being the nice guy and start being the right guy. First up, we've got develop self-respect. This one's like brushing your teeth, fellas. You wouldn't go out with a mouthful of leftovers, so why let people treat you any less than you deserve? Next, we have set boundaries. Imagine you're a fancy art gallery. You wouldn't let folks touch the priceless paintings, right? Same thing applies to your life and your time. Then comes prioritize your needs. Picture yourself as a car. If you keep running on empty, eventually you're going to break down. So refill yourself first before taking others for a ride. Moving on to be assertive. Think of it like being a chef in a bustling kitchen. If you don't call out your orders, no one's going to know what you want. So speak up, loud and clear. Now, the triple threat. Practice honesty, learn to handle rejection, and build confidence. These are like the holy trinity of self-improvement. Like a well-balanced diet, you need a bit of everything. Honesty is your protein, keeping you strong and genuine. Handling rejection is like fiber. It may be hard to swallow at times, but it keeps you grounded and growing. And confidence? That's your water, essential and refreshing. So there you have it. 7 tips to go from nice guy to right guy. Each one a tool in your toolbox ready to help you build a more authentic and fulfilling life. Now, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and leave your comments below. We're eager to hear your thoughts and experiences. And remember, it's not about being mean, it's about being you. Until next time, fellas.